Good morning and welcome to Iyun HaMishna. We're learning Perek Hey. The Mishnah I want to focus on is Mishnah Daled, one of the Mishnahs today. The Machlokes Beis Hillel Meit Shammai, when Truma Tmeya falls into 100 parts Truma Tahora. Right now, this is only good for the Kohanim, right? The question is, how does it work over here? How does the mechanism work over here? Beis Shammai says that Beis Shammai is Machmir. He says it's Beis Hillel says you could take out one part, just like 100 parts chulin into one truma. You take out one part, whatever you took off is matir the chulin to the Yisrael. Same thing over here. You take off one part truma tmeya. It's matir the 100 parts truma tahora to the kohen. It's matir to the kohen, and he's allowed to eat it, not just burn it under a tafshilo. And the tmeya one he's allowed to use, but only burn it under his tafshilo, under his fire to cook with. Beis Shammai says it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work, and they give a svara. They say that chulin is bittul. They learn, not like I was saying. They say that it's actually just like bittul barov works, also 100 to 1 ratio. It's like bittul barov. Chulin has the ability, it's stronger, right? Because it's more makel, so therefore it can mevatel the truma. But truma tahora, right? It's asur l'zarim, so it's a chomer thing. So who says it has the koch to mevatel the tmeya? And Beis Hillel basically goes back and proves them wrong because of the punishment. Truma Tahora is more severe than Tmeya. Tmeya is only Isser Essay. Truma Tahora is an Isser Misa B'dei Shamayim, if a Zar were to eat it. So you see the Machlokes in Sham Beis Hillel, again, what is the din of Mimenu, of Bittul, 100 to 1? Is it a din of just like Bittul Barov, or is it a din of Dimua, where it becomes all one part Truma? And you take off one, and then maters it. Everything is a suffix in the suffix of 1 to 100. When you have 1 to 100, you take off one, and then maters the dimua. That becomes a truma, and it's just a din and din maminus. What's interesting is the end of the Mishnah. The Mishnah says that they admitted. Beis Shammai admitted to Beis Hillel. What you could do is you take off one, you assume that's tmeya, and the rest is tahora and eaten by the kohen. You don't have to assume all 101 parts are tamei. What do you do with it? So Rav Eliezer says you take it out and you burn it. And the Chachamim say avda b'miyut is actually batel. It's actually batel. So even though normally when you have 100 parts chulin and 1 part truma tahora, right, you have to take off 1 part truma and give it to the kohen. Over here, where it all belongs to the kohen, it's truma 100 parts truma tahora to 1 part truma tmeya. It's actually batel barov. So why don't we say the same thing over there? That if it's mimenu, it tells you it's a new type. It's not bitul barov. You have to actually separate 1 part. So that's what I'm saying over here. That this din, that it's not like bittul barov, that it's just like one mixture, one goof of truma, and there's a potential of that truma being any part. You take off that one, that's considered the truma. It's a din and din maminis. It's not a din in the isser shabo. The din in isser is bittul barov. Bittul barov, even 2 to 1 is bittul barov by truma. When it comes to all this is a din and din maminis. You need 100 to 1. So therefore, when it all belongs to the kohen anyway, it's all truma. 100 is tar, 1 is tummy, 1 part tummy. It all belongs to the kohen anyway. So why do you have to take off? The only reason you have to take off 1 is because you're going to the kohen. Torah was koshish for the kohen. In menu, if it's less than 100 to 1, you have to take it off. You have to give it to make sure to give it to the kohen. Even if it's batal, you have to give it to the kohen. But here, it all belongs to the kohen. It's all dinei maminis, or belongs, or has a schus, a right to it, to the kohen. So therefore, it's batal miyuta, and therefore the truma tmei, you don't have to worry about any being tamei. In 101 parts, you're allowed to eat, not just be worried that 1 part you have to actually use for fuel for your fire and not be allowed to eat it. That is the conclusion of today's share. I hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow.